Hey everyone, this is Clara. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. So let me just preface this video by saying this isn't a video that's meant to scare you. It's not a video that is saying don't go to Spain, or it's not a video trying to scare you out of traveling alone as a solo woman. I'm not saying any of those things. And obviously I'm still all right. I'm in good health, so everything is fine. You can work through these things, but sometimes bad things do happen, especially when you travel, and I want to help you travel more carefully and securely and just share my story with you. If this has happened to you, I want to let you know that you shouldn't be ashamed, and these kinds of things happen all the time. Cut back to a couple of weeks ago, February break in Germany. I thought to myself,
you know what I'm gonna do this break? The winter in Germany has been tough, and I think I'm gonna try out Spain.
I'd always wanted to go. Booked a trip with some cheap Ryanair flight for like 30 euros to Barcelona. Okay, I'm gonna stay there for like 4 days. I was feeling great. I arrive at my hostel, everyone is so nice. I've never been to a hostel this nice before. I have a balcony, it's beautiful, it's sunny, everyone's really nice to me. I'm meeting new people, and the night is coming and people want to go out and dance. I'm like,
I'm so there.
And I heard someone be like,
okay, we want to go to a techno club.
And I said,
count me in, because I absolutely love techno.
So we go to the club in this little group, but people are kind of like dispersed and it's super full there. So excited to be there. All I want to do is dance. I'm not focusing on anything else. And I'm outside the club, you know, I'm waiting, whatever. You'd think with a fanny pack, I'd be smart enough to have it across my body. But I wasn't thinking that way. And boom, it's gone. It was stolen. Everything happened so fast. Immediately, I'm just in shock. Like, what just happened? Brace yourselves, because this was what was in that fanny pack. Really cute wallet. 50 euros, driver's license from home, my house key, my keys to my work, my credit card, so my American credit card and my German credit card, my insurance card, my cell phone, okay? My passport. Some people say, oh, why didn't you go, you know, chasing after someone? Or you can also maybe track your iPhone immediately and go chase someone down the street. And I've heard of people doing this, but honestly, you are more vulnerable when you're traveling. I wouldn't dream of doing that, because someone that's stealing your stuff, who knows what they're capable of? And I did not want to believe that it was true, that I had just had all of these things stolen from me in an instant. And this was my first night in Barcelona. Barcelona is beautiful, but you need to be aware of the fact that it can be dangerous. A friend of mine was at a concert and she had her phone in her hand and somebody snatched it away from her. Another friend of mine was at the club, somebody kissed her and took her phone out of her pocket. Another friend of mine was drugged at the club. Unfortunately, as women traveling, especially solo, we are targets. Okay. Luckily, someone from the hostel walked back with me. I made it back to the hostel, and that's when the real feelings started setting in. It was just like, there are a lot of things I need to do now. First thing I do, of course, is message my parents on like GChat and tell them what happened. Another thing that I did immediately was block both of my credit cards, and luckily whoever stole them did not have the time to use them in any way. So I felt pretty lucky about that. Woohoo! Then for 5 hours, I kind of like hated myself for what happened, because I think anyone, if they get robbed or mugged or even scammed, believe me, I watched The Tinder Swindler, recommend by the way. Initial reaction is to feel shame, something wrong that I did to deserve this. You know, I'm an idiot. I should have done this differently. I should have been wearing my bag differently. How in the world did I think it was okay to bring my passport out with me? Leave my keys at home? Why didn't I leave one credit card like locked in my hostel? Why did I make these choices? Why am I an idiot? That was like most of the evening that it actually happened. I just had this moment like, I want to go home. Not home to even where I live right now in Germany. Like, I want to go home. Like, I want to go back to the United States. I will deal with this in the morning. But you know what? This is such a cliche, but everything really is better after some sleep and a new day. When you're in a kind of emergency situation, what you really need to do is go into this like robotic mode. A list of the things that need to happen. All right, first things first, I need to file a police report. I know that seems like
oh, it's such a hassle, like, I just want to give up, I don't want to do any of this.
But you have to, okay? It'll either help you with your phone insurance, it'll help you explain what happened to like your employer. It's just so important. It'll also maybe help you get your stuff back. You never know. It'll make you feel better because then you're recognizing this as a crime that was committed against you. The people that worked at the hostel were beyond helpful, and it was actually really funny because all of them are like really seasoned travelers.
Oh yeah, this happened to me 3 times in Indonesia.
In Singapore, and someone took my laptop.
You know, these things happen. So don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed, don't hate yourself, and get to work, okay? So I went to the police station, which was really close to my hostel. I'll explain exactly what to do a little more specifically if you lose your phone and if you lose your passport or have your phone stolen or your passport stolen, like in my case, in separate videos. So I'll go really in depth about that. I was actually really surprised at how nice they were at the police station in Spain. You know, the English was okay, it was enough. What really mattered to me was how understanding and kind they are. And as I was in the police station, this girl comes running in. I think she was from England or something. She's so frazzled. She's like breathing, she's panting really hard, and she's like,
Oh my god, I was just on the tram and someone took my bag.
and I was like, girl, join the club. So after I filed the police report, they give me a copy. I hold this copy so near and dear to me because I don't want to lose it, and it's kind of like evidence of what has happened to me. So keep this copy that they give you really close. And I think it's really important in situations like this to kind of look after your mental health. After that, I went with the rest of the people in the hostel up to the bunkers del Carmel and saw this beautiful view of Barcelona and just hung out and took a deep breath and just realized hey, I didn't lose a limb. I didn't lose my eyesight. My health isn't affected. Nobody physically hurt me, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Things are ultimately replaceable. So if this happens to you, just know that this really doesn't have to ruin your trip. It will change it. It will change the flavor of your trip. It'll change your plans. It'll probably become a lot more expensive, but you don't have to go home right away. You know, you can stay. You can still have a good time. And I did, and it was amazing. And I met amazing people, and I saw amazing things. And, you know, despite this happening, I had a great time in Barcelona. So, you know, I hope this helped some of you or made some of you feel better if this has happened to you. This happens, especially to people who travel. As long as you're okay and you're in good health, that really is what matters. The trip really changed me in the sense that I became really unattached to material things. I mean, of course, you know, I'm not saying don't take care of your things, but in the end, they really are just things, and they can be replaced.
Be careful. Be aware of your things. Do your research on where you're about to go and what the crime scene is like there. But if someone does steal from you, learn to rely on other people. People are generally kind. They want to help you. When I was at the embassy getting my emergency passport, someone lent me 10 euros so that I was able to pay for the rest of the fee. Someone bought me a week-long 11-euro tram ticket when I explained my situation. Even without a phone and Google Maps, I could ask locals no matter the level of their English, and they would always help me get to where I needed to go. I learned that you can't trust everyone, but you also can't live your life not trusting anyone. Bad things happen, but people are good. And you can still have a bad experience, but an amazing trip.
You'll be okay, is what I'm trying to say. Hope this video helped you. Yeah, can't wait to see you on our next adventure. Bye.
If you have any questions about how I got back to Germany, how exactly to get a temporary passport at the embassy, and how to file a police report, please do not hesitate to leave a comment below. I will be more than happy to answer all of your questions. If you like this video at all or enjoyed it in any way, please consider liking and subscribing. It's totally free. You can unsubscribe at any time, and it means the world to me. Thanks so much, and see you on our next adventure.